Greetings, fellow space travelers, BionicDance here. One thing that has stuck in my craw lately is people being needlessly, condescendingly, insultingly pedantic. Look, I get it. Sometimes a conversation needs to stay technical, where the words used are non-negotiable in order to understand what's being said, because otherwise ambiguity will hamper understanding. I'm sure we've all been there. For example, when someone says that evolution is just a theory, well, the meaning of theory is kind of important. One might even say vital. But sometimes using the colloquial, common-use version of a word is actually no big deal, and you can let it go. Should let it go. For example, suppose in a conversation somebody said something like, "Well, I'm okay in math, but I'm not that great in science." You have a couple of options here for how to reply. You could say, "Oh yeah? Well, math is science." And you'd be right. Technically, math is a part of science. But you know goddamn well what they meant. Yeah, you do. You know that when they said science, they were picturing people in white coats, test tubes, and microscopes dissecting frogs, curing cancer, and splitting the atom. And when they said math, they meant 1 + 1 = 2. And what have you done besides derail the conversation, needlessly humiliated someone, and turned what might have been a civil conversation into a conflict? How have you aided the dialogue? But okay. Again, I get it. You might think it important that the terms are used 100% correctly. Alright, I've been there. But there is a way to bring that about without making yourself look like a prick. How about saying, "Well, technically math is a branch of science, but I knew what you meant." There. Now you've got the information out there, and maybe it'll sink in, maybe it won't, but what you haven't done is start a fight or derail the conversation. Sure, maybe it means having to grit your teeth a little while people use words in ways you don't like, but the important part is that you're still communicating. Another example. Perhaps the discussion is about the existence of a god. My channel is about atheism, so you know this one comes from experience. Someone trying to prove God is using arguments that are all based on intangible notions, ideas rather than physical proof. And someone says something like, "I need scientific proof and not philosophy." You see where this is going, don't you? Because you know goddamn well that when they said philosophy, they're picturing Greek guys in white robes or coffee shop hipsters typing on laptops, talking about the meaning of life and the purpose of the cosmos. And we've already been over what they mean when they say science. But some people just can't let that go. Science is philosophy. Ha ha. Again, what have you just done? So they didn't say hard science instead of just science. Ooh, what a fucking crime. This is another place where, "But I knew what you meant," would keep things civil. I'm confident in your ability to withstand the horror that is people's vocabulary not being 100% perfect. The problem is something I haven't actually brought up for a while, but have said in the past. To some people, a meeting of minds isn't important, not nearly as important as it is to win. Ask yourself, is that really who you want to be?
Even YouTubers need Ferraris. Please donate on Patreon.
Should have rated unsubscribed. Oh.